Hey guys, I am going to let a few people pop in and I will explain what we are doing tonight. This is kind of like my first time, like setting it up by myself. So, oh, perfect. Doobie did it. Thank you. Hi, Laura. Hi, JT. Thanks, Doobie. Hi, DM. Hi, Errol. Hi, Juggalos. It's your wife's. Oh, tell her I said happy birthday. Wasn't her name Beth, I believe? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Hi, Anonymous. Hi, Chaos. Hi, Kelly. Kelly is finally home. She's doing a little bit better. Can we throw some hearts up in the chat room, though? She found out that her mother in law is very sick with cancer. And let's just show her our support, okay, you guys? Hi, Florence. Good evening to you. Hi, Sunshine and Nana and Parisha. I hope I'm saying that right. Connor, Vanessa. That's right, Juggalo. That's right. Sorry about that. I'm not very good with names. Like, you could tell me your name probably like 50 times, and I'll probably still call you the wrong name. I'm just that bad. Like, seriously, that bad. Thank you guys. Hi, Cat Eyes. Thank you guys so much. That really, really helps. I know that she's been really down, and she's been in the hospital and everything else. Oops, I can hear myself. This is the only way that I can figure out how to type in the chat is if I actually have it open on my phone because I'm so stupid. I can't figure it out. Hi, Charles. Oh, I'll turn my notification down though. Hi, scary lady Sarah. Hi. Time and space gaming. Hi. Andy E. Hello, hello. Bryden. Hi, guys. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, so tonight we are going to be doing a survivor story. Okay. Don't know what that was, but I'll turn it down. I thought I already turned it down. Oh gosh. Okay. So, hi gangsta thaw. Why do you do that? What is the old thaw? Like, can we just I'm gonna take a second here for this, okay? I know that you know that I am a part of CPP. Do you realize how much that is like disrespectful to me? I know that you're probably just messing around and it's just a joke to you, and you don't take it very seriously, but it hurts my feelings. You know, you have no idea what a good person Tommy is, and that I welcome you, and I'm so glad that you're here. But I would really appreciate it if you wouldn't put that in there. That really does hurt my feelings. Okay. But thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you being here. Hi, Amy Lynn. Hi, Cassie. Okay, so tonight, like I was saying, DoorDash my dash. What? DoorDash dashed my dreams again. Wait, what? What happened? I know it's a joke. I get that. I completely get that. Um, but I want you to I just want to, because this is a safe space for everyone. I just want to be able to put my feelings out there, okay? And let you know that's it. It's most of all disrespectful to Tommy, but it's disrespectful to me too. And it does hurt my feelings. Like, all of that started from some drama bullshit, and I hate it. I hate drama bullshit, and I don't invite it into my life. I know it's just a joke, so I'm not going to mention it again. But if we could just keep that kind of shit out of here, you know what I mean? Like, just as a respect level, purely as respect level. Thank you so very much. I really seriously appreciate that. I appreciate it. Hi, Larry the snail, thirsty guy. Pay them no mind. Well, I want to though. That's the thing is that I like having people here. Hi, Jazz King. I like having many people here from all walks of life, from different channels, from wherever in this community. I really appreciate everybody being here. So that's why I want to bring it up. And, and I'm just putting it out there, you know. See, time and space. That's what I'm saying. 666 subs for Smash. No, you can ruin it. Come on, I need to get to 1,000. If you haven't subbed, please go ahead and sub. I would really appreciate it. Who did I miss? I know I missed somebody. Hold on. I know I missed somebody. Greatest YouTube's videos. I missed you. Hi. And Jamie, I missed you. Hi. I just wanted to make sure I said hi to everybody. Okay, so like I was saying, oh, and yes, I do want to throw this in there that yes, JT1 always has my back, and so does Cat Eyes and Kelly. All my mods have my back, and they will get you. They will get you. Just kidding, but they really do. Anyways, um, I wanted to explain what we're doing tonight. We're going to do a survivor story. I don't know if you read the description or not, but this one is it's a lot. Um, it's a lot. It's very painful. It's very raw. It's very real. I have my notes from my notebook. This is the first time I've done this. Hi, Nana, Nancy. I'm just gonna call you Nancy because I don't. We've gone over this. I don't know if it's Nanek or or what. So I just call you Nancy. Hi, sweetie. Um, but this is the first time I've done this. Is actually um, wrote down notes after listening to the story, so I know exactly what I have. So we're gonna go over this. Um, so her name is Janie. That is what we are going to refer to her as. Um, yes, her name is Janie. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone, and then I'm gonna call her, and I will bring you guys back in. Hi, Mindy P. Hello. Okay, I'll be right back. It's Nancy. Okay, I figured it was Nancy. Yeah, you told me it was Nancy a while ago. I just want to make sure that I'm saying everybody's names right. I just want to make sure. It's a respect thing. I just want to make sure I'm saying your name right. That's all. I may not remember it, but hell, I'm going to say it right. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so we're back. I am going to kind of set up a little bit of the story, and then I'm going to let her go ahead and jump in and fill in everything. Um, First of all, do you like your background? I made you a new background. I'm going to try to make everybody's background because what I would like to do is I usually call everybody before they go live with me and I listen to their story. And I would like to make sure that I do everybody their own special background. But I figured since it started, when you were a little bit smaller and everything, that I would do
Mhm.
like a super girly background.
I love it. I do. I love it.
Oh, good.
I didn't know that. I didn't even realize it. Like I've just been thinking, and I didn't even pay attention, and now I'm looking at it, and I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm glad you like it. That's good.
I do. It just made me feel like a little girl again.
Right? Writing in your notebook and stuff.
Yes, yes.
I liked it. My son's trying to do it for me. I'm like, get out of the way, dude. You can't do this. I'm like, you have no idea what you're doing, dude.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
good, good, good.
And purple is my favorite color, so
Really? Mine's
yeah.
pink, but my daughter's is purple, so I figured I'd throw some purple
Yes.
in there.
Yes. Yay.
Yay! Okay, so let me just kind of. Janie is low. You can't hear her. Um. Oh, I have her all the way up. You might have to talk a little bit louder, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is that any better?
It takes a minute for the comments to
Yeah.
come through, but I think it's like a 10-second time delay. But it should be. It should be fine.
Yeah. I'll talk loud.
Okay, no problem.
I can do that.
We got this.
Yes. Yes.
If anything, we know how to talk loud. That's for dang sure.
Mhm. Mom.
All right. So, this is Janie. She has been in the community for quite a while. She's a very, very lovely woman. I've gotten the chance to talk to her a little bit, get to know her story a little bit, and wow, just wow. um, hers just yours kind of starts off very young, and
Yes.
um, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what age it started, and then I have a couple of questions that I can ask you throughout if we kind of get stuck. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. Um, I know that I remember it starting as young as like 2,
Wow. Okay.
and I didn't have like a lot of memories from that age, but around 5 um, is when it really like became bad, very bad, like to the point that I could not remember.
Right.
Um, and um, it was not really it was not family. It was like the uncle, the friend that they said to call uncle.
Mhm.
It started out with him, and I have 2 sisters also, and they're older than I am. So it started with them. And then when I became like 5, I remember that that's when I started going over to his house too.
Right.
And his name was Charlie Frederickson. And he would take us over to his house like on the weekends and take us to the drive-in. And at the drive-in, he would have me sit on his lap.
Right. Okay.
And he would buy all kinds of snacks.
Of
And
course he would.
yeah,
Mm.
and give us money, and give me money and give me snacks, and he would do it with all 3 of us. But then it got to the point where they kind of, I guess, got too old for him,
Right.
and so I became the only victim.
Oh my God.
And my parents were well, my father was 100% mentally disabled from World War II.
Okay.
And so he was not really there.
Right.
And so my mother was very busy taking care of him.
Okay.
And so us kids were kind of left on our own to take care of ourselves.
Right.
And when people like Charlie Frederickson would say, well, let me take the girls for the weekend. And then it became just me. Let me take Janie for the weekend. And he would take me. And it was awful. He did everything possible for a whole weekend, and you know, he would buy me anything I wanted. And the one thing that he did that became a trigger for me to this day was he would buy apple butter.
Right.
And make toast for me every time he victimized me.
Right.
He would make toast with apple butter afterwards. And it was almost like that was part of his thing.
Right, yeah.
And then I would go and spend the night with this is harder than I thought it was going to be.
I know, sweetheart.
I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. Take your time. Take your time. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Okay.
Do not be sorry for a second.
So my sister-in-law, who was married to the oldest half-brother, who was also an offender.
Okay.
And he did it to my sisters, and they told. And he ended up, like, actually going, he was ostracized from the family for sure, but I don't know that he went to jail. I can't remember. It seems like he did. I want to believe that he did.
Right, absolutely.
But he was never allowed to come back around.
That's good.
But that, yeah. And that was when I was just an infant. That's why I really don't remember too much about it.
Thankfully.
So, yeah. So he had 6 children with.
Holy cow.
With this woman, and luckily, like all that happened, so he got sent away, and she stayed very close with my mom and dad. So she like became the sister, and she had her oldest daughter was the same age as me. She was like 5 months younger. So we hung out together, and I would go and spend the night at her house all the time. Well, Rosie, after having those 6 kids, became like very, very overweight. And she would go to the bars on the weekend, and whoever would pick her up, she would come home with.
Okay.
And she met this one man, and he was like in his 30s, and he was your typical podunk, bar sitting drunk.
Right.
And he would come home, and he would molest both me and her daughter.
What?
And she had, like I said, 6 kids, but only 2 of them were daughters.
Okay.
And the youngest one was just a baby. Well, he didn't bother her. He liked me and Teresa, and we were like, I think I was 6, she was 5.
Okay.
And I don't even know where Rosie would be, but he would be in her bedroom with the TV on, and he'd have us 2 girls in there with him, not the boys. Never hung out with the boys. And Rosie was like out in the living room on the couch.
Yeah. And
he would have us 2 girls in there. And he did unspeakable things to us.
Oh, I know it.
And he would send one of us into the kitchen to get a beer for him, a fresh beer for him, while he would do like just something to one of us while the other was gone.
Oh, good God.
But he'd have us laying on each side of him.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And after a while, like, he was there forever. And for like a year, and it just kept getting worse and worse what he would do. And he would get he got to the point where he would make us pee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you guys
He
believe
got
that?
off
It's
on
so sick. What kind of fetish does any kind of man have that he wants children to pee on him and in his mouth, of all things?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my
I just can't even.
God. He would like make us stand over the top of his, like his head and his arm, chest,
Mm-hmm.
and tickle
Yeah.
tickle us until we would pee in his mouth.
So did you ever get in trouble for peeing?
He shamed me.
Of course he did.
He shamed me because Rosie walked in and caught us.
Ew.
And he started going, "Oh, isn't she a gross pig? Look at what she just did to me."
You're. Oh my God. How
Yeah,
dare him? How dare him?
he was so sick.
Oh my
He was
God.
so sick. And
Oh my God.
he actually was the one that like used his finger so hard
Mm-hmm.
that like at 6 years old he made me bleed.
Yeah. And you believe that that's when he took your virginity, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
hymen.
because
He busted
yes,
your hymen. Yeah.
yes, because I had to go to the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and they and I had like a bicycle. I had fallen on my bicycle around the same time, which I was always doing. I mean, that's what kids do,
Right.
you know. They wipe out on their bike, especially when you're riding on gravel roads out in the country, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Absolutely.
So, but the doctor thought that that's what had caused it.
If he only knew.
Nobody even said, nobody even asked if
Right.
anything had happened to me.
And that,
Now this
I
was,
don't understand why they wouldn't, you know?
yeah, this was back in like 1965, 66,
Right.
you know, and honestly, back then, you just did not talk about this stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's
And,
pathetic.
you know, and if you did, you weren't believed.
Right. Absolutely.
Or you were told, don't talk about that.
Yeah. 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 You're supposed to be silent about someone killing your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is what it does. That is exactly what it did.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the only thing that happens. It
Mhm.
crushes every single thing about you as a female, as a person, as as anything that you could ever even dream of being. It crushes you.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
disgusting.
It steals your soul. It steals your childhood. It steals everything that you have as a child. Like you never feel safe at
Never.
that
Yeah.
point. And you never feel joy anymore.
Yeah.
And then all of that as you grow up and it's been so desensitized
Mhm.
and so normalized
Right.
that eh, you know it 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 fucked my life up. I
Absolutely.
did not like my whole teenage life was terrible because of it, you know. Like bad things happened.
Right. Absolutely.
Um,
This guy's a monster. So now he is dead, correct?
yes, they both are. Charlie and him are both dead.
And how did he die?
I don't even. I think that it was like alcohol killed him
Great.
because he was just he lived that life and he died that way and he is burning in hell today.
Thank God. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And he deserves
yeah.
everything he gets. Everything.
Everything, everything. That man was the devil. He was the devil. Like he just was sick, sick,
Absolutely.
sick,
And it
sick.
concerns me to think that if he was doing that to you two, who else was he doing it to?
Mhm. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I told you that I at one point when it got so bad, I did go home from that my overnight,
Hmm.
and I climbed into a closet. It was a linen chute type closet,
Hmm.
and my mom went to put the laundry, drop the laundry into the basement, and she opened the thing, and there I was, all curled up,
Yeah.
like in the fetal position in there. And my parents, were like, "Well, what's the matter? What's the matter?" And I didn't tell them like exact. I just said that man was doing bad things to me.
Right. Yeah.
And my father was so angry. Like they got into the car and they took me with them, and they drove over there and they confronted them, and he left. But within like 2 months, she had him back living there again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was allowed to go back over and spend the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that so?
It was like,
Like it never
yeah, it
happened.
was like, oh, he got caught and he got told, and now he's never going to do it again.
Yeah. That didn't last for
You
long, did
know?
it?
Oh no, not
No.
at all. And he was so mean. Then it was like threats. Then
Yeah.
it was threats. If you ever tell on me again, then came the mean, and the threats.
Right. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, and
So,
this is the thing about this sick son of a bitch, okay? He didn't even groom
mhm.
her. He went right in for the kill, literally.
Yeah, yeah. No, there was no grooming. He just did it. He just did it.
Like he deserved it, like he owned you.
Yeah, that was exactly the words I was just going to use.
Mhm.
He treated us like he owned us because he was that big, burly man, and we were just these little tiny little girls.
Yeah. Yeah, what were you going to do? Tell on him? Oh, that
Mhm.
didn't work. So, what now?
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's not like like
Right.
anything happened to him the first time. If you told again, what the fuck would happen? Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It makes me so angry. Ooh, so angry. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is dead now except for my siblings, and it happened to my sisters. So,
Right. And
and
you went
and
over
they
there like all the time. It wasn't just like,
every weekend,
yeah,
every weekend.
for
Yeah,
about a year, you
yeah.
said, or more?
Uh, for over a year.
Over a
Yeah,
year.
with the time that yeah, yeah.
Ew.
And it happened with other like girlfriends' fathers and other men that Rosie would bring home. Random guys that would come home and only be there for maybe 2 weekends and then they'd be gone.
Hmm.
He was just the one that stayed.
Yeah.
It was rampant. This was in Michigan, and I tell you, there's still a lot of them in Michigan.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They're
Yeah,
everywhere. They're everywhere.
they're
And like
everywhere,
you can get
everywhere.
you can go online and you can look up, your neighborhood and see dot 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 dot. Those are only the ones that have been fucking caught, okay? Those are not the ones that
Right,
are opportunists. Those are not the ones that are sick predators that just haven't made their way through court yet. That's not it. They're, that's not the ones that's just gonna rape your daughter one night and only have it happen once. You know, that's not
No.
it. It's not it. So you need to be vigilant. You need to have every single thing you can put in place to where you can protect your daughter and your
I
son.
brought my
It's not just
I
women.
brought my children. No, it's not. It's not. My husband of 36 years, him and I were friends from high school, and he was molested
Right.
by his brother.
Right. And yeah, we had Jay
And
Crandall on the other night. It's not
I
just
heard
girls. It's
it's
just not.
not just girls. No. And the one thing I can say is I brought my children up a hell of a lot different, like
Absolutely.
way different. I knew so much, and I brought my children up so much different, and they were never touched,
Yeah.
never. And
Thank God,
but I almost lost my daughter though, because of everything that was done to me as a child and the kind of teenager that
Mhm.
I then became.
Right.
By age 15 and 16, at 15 I had my first abortion, and within months of turning 16 I had my second abortion.
Mhm. And so you
And
said that your dad was also abused on the reservation as well, correct?
yes, my father was
Mhm.
an Indian, yeah, and he lived on the Onondaga reservation in Syracuse, New York, and we would go there every weekend and every summer,
Mhm.
to visit Grandma and Grandpa and his brothers and everybody. Well, his brothers were also alcoholics and pedophiles, and they also um, molested us
Oh my
every summer, every summer.
God. Oh my
And the reason that my father joined World War II, when he was 16, he enlisted and lied about his age because he was being molested.
God. Oh wow. That's horrific. That's absolutely horrific. So that's the only
Yeah,
way he could get out was to.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
He ran away from the reservation and joined the army. And with him being 100%, he was a prisoner of war with the SS,
Mhm.
and he escaped the night before with a French soldier the night before they were to be executed, and he was not all there, and my mother took care of him, and they just didn't take care of us. And with me being the baby, um usually the babies get spoiled and all of that, and they loved me, and I guess they did spoil me in a way, but they didn't take care of me. They
Protect.
didn't parent me.
Right.
No, exactly. They
Yeah.
didn't protect me. And so when I was 12, after being, raped my whole childhood, um, they moved to Fort Lauderdale to retire. And they just gave me the reign. They thought that I was just a good girl and I wouldn't get in trouble and I would be good and not do anything wrong. And they let me run all hours until they gave me the key to the apartment and let me go until I came home. And I got into so much trouble because I was looking for the attention.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Many kids that have a troubled home life or don't have a father figure or a mother figure, they strive
Yeah,
for this any kind of attention that they can get.
yeah. And I didn't even realize what I was doing until I started watching uh, Tommy. And he was who I found, and I just found it. Like, I wasn't even a YouTuber,
Mhm.
and I just happened to go on and I found it, and I haven't watched TV since.
Right.
I
Yeah.
just binge on it. But I didn't realize until I started watching that when I was 15 and running the streets and going to the clubs in Fort Lauderdale and dating 36 and 40-year-old men,
Mhm.
I thought I was just being cool.
Right.
I didn't realize that they were pedophiles,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so you
And
were telling me about how you had gone to the club one night, spent the night over at a girl's house or a guy's house, what have you, um,
mhm.
and you woke up the next morning and had to get home. Tell us that story.
Okay.
While I grab a charger, I'll be right back. Go ahead
Okay.
and tell us.
Okay. Um, so we had been out partying, and we were at a club called the Fourth Dimension, and it was a disco place, and it was wild. And I met a girl who was my age, and we, you know, got together, and we were having fun. And she said, "You can spend the night with me." And she had met this older gentleman. He was like in his 50s and had a really nice house, and he had told her that she could stay there. And I didn't know the situation until I got there, but he was keeping her as long as she would, have sex with him. And so we stayed there that night, and the next morning I had to get home, and she said, "Okay, I'll go with you." And she said, "Let's hitchhike."
Mhm.
And I didn't really want to. I was never I was wild, but I wasn't a hitchhiker. And I said I didn't really want to, and she said, "Don't worry, I do it all the time, and I'll sit in the front next to the person." And I said, "Okay." So this old man pulled over right before the highway, and he was in a white station wagon, and it was filled with tools, shovels and picks and everything, axes, everything. And he pulled over, and he said he would give us a ride, and he was on his way to work and was in a hurry but was going our way. So she uh, got in next to him, and I got next to the door. And he got onto the highway, and he pulled out a gun.
Mhm.
And he said, "You are going to do exactly what I tell you to do. And, I'm going to I'll bury you out here in the woods."
Yeah.
So she started, doing oral on him. And he had his other arm around the back of the chair and was playing with me.
Oh my God.
And yeah, he just was doing whatever he wanted, and he pulled over to the side and held the gun to us, and was telling us, don't try to get help or I'll shoot you in the head.
Mhm.
And I somehow got the attention of somebody driving by, and a guy in a van turned around and came back,
Mhm.
and he took off in his car, and we got in with the guy, and he wanted to take us to the police, and we said no, that we would tell our parents and then go, but I never told anybody.
Right. Right. And that's what
Um,
we were saying was that, a lot of victims of sex abuse, physical abuse,
yeah,
mental abuse, we just don't tell because
never,
of the
never
shame
tell.
and the guilt. And somehow we turn it around on ourselves as if it was
Uh,
our fault.
yeah, I felt like it was my fault for getting in the car. Like I did that to my like,
Yeah,
oh, it's my fault. I knew better than to hitchhike.
right,
I'm lucky to be alive. You
right.
know,
Ugh,
um, but yeah, he totally raped both of us at gunpoint, and if that guy had not come along, I do believe that he was definitely going to follow through with getting rid of us.
right. Because that's you were saying like he had pitchforks and
Yeah,
shovels and everything in his car, and you thought he was a landscaper.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But he wasn't at all. Like this was what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he found you guys, and that's just holy cow.
Yep,
Oh my
yep.
gosh. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. And
yeah.
then
Not.
I have down Pastor Pockets. You want to tell us about that one?
Oh yes, yes. Uh, So when we were young, and I was, back to the time that I was like 3, 4, 5,
Mm-hmm.
we would go to the Episcopal Church in town, and Father Man was his name, and he was a big pastor, and he would wear that big black robe over thing with the belt around it.
Mm-hmm.
And after church, he would go and stand over at the back of the church somewhere by the door. And while the parents were saying goodbye to the other priest,
Mm-hmm.
on the way out the door, he would be over there a little farther away, and he would have like the kids come over to him. And I would go there all the time. Like I didn't know what he was doing, but I figured it out eventually. But he
Yeah.
had little trinkets in one pocket on the side and candy in the other.
Mm-hmm.
And he would play the game like, which one are you going to get, the trinkets or the candy? Well, put your hand in there and dig around real good. And yeah, and he'd be standing there after church just getting his rocks off with, with my little hand in there reaching for trinkets and candy.
Yeah. And he would be completely erect while doing this.
Completely, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely,
So disgusting. Oh my God.
absolutely.
What kind of brass balls do you have to do this in front of parents and in front of your other fellow fathers and bishops and how right in front of a church?
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of God fearing man are you? You don't fear God. You're not a godly man.
These monsters hide behind religion and Boy Scouts,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I mean, they come in every, like, literally. That was one of the things I was thinking about when I was going over everything. Like so many
Yeah.
got me, and it's like I needed to like break it down to just a couple or a few.
Right.
And when I was thinking about I realized that they come from every social background you can imagine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no race, color, gender,
No,
financial standing. It's from everywhere. Everywhere.
yeah,
And
yeah,
there's no way that
everywhere.
it's not a sexual gratification. It is sexual gratification. It is not a, what am I trying to say? It's not a, it's not like LGBTQ. It's not,
Right.
yeah, it's, it's not a mental issue. Um, it's not something you're born with. Nothing like that. There is no cure for them. There's just not.
Hmm.
It's just like, oh, well, I like candy. Okay, well, you always like candy, you know? It's not
Right,
something it's not as easy as, oh, breathing air, you know? Well, yeah, I like
right,
kids, but I don't want to fuck them, you know?
right,
Like, come
right.
on. They're beautiful. Women are beautiful, men are beautiful. It's not a sexuality is what I was trying to say. It's not a sexuality. Um
Exactly.
but as I've said before, you could be walking down the street saying, I'm horny, I'm horny, I'm horny, completely naked, and that still gives no one the right to take it from you. Nobody.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly.
There is no reason in the world for anybody to rape anyone. Anyone. I just don't get it.
No, no. And like when I was when I said I was like 16, 15 and 16, I was out at the bars and I would be with these men that were in their 30s. And I told you about that one that um was like 36, I think he was.
Mm-hmm.
And I got pregnant,
Right.
and he showed up at my apartment on a weekend night on his way to the club where him and I had met originally.
Mm-hmm.
And because he had brought me home that other night, he knew where I lived, and he stopped by there because he wanted more.
Yeah.
And I was already pregnant from when he had done it the first time.
Right. Yep.
Okay, and he stopped by, and I like thought he was acting like he was checking up on me,
Yeah.
and I thought it was great, like, oh, he cares.
Yeah.
Like, that felt so good to me,
Right. Yeah.
because I was home alone and I was pregnant and scared about what I was going to do about that anyways. And then, and wanting attention. And then he shows up and he's like, oh, I came to check on you.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in and he raped me.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I told him beforehand, I said, I'm already pregnant from the last time you did this, like the last time we were together. I'm already pregnant. I don't know what I'm going to do. So he raped me and made the joke, well, at least I can't get you pregnant this time.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
And then threw $150 at me and said, take care of it.
How dare him? How dare him? Who in the hell thinks that they have the right to touch you like that and to treat you like that? How? Oh, what? Ooh. I don't. I can't.
That's,
I can't. I don't. You have to be an absolute freaking monster to do that. Oh, here's $150. Go take care of the last time I raped you.
uh-huh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
How dare him? And wasn't that?
God, if
Were
I
you a?
drank, I would have a drink.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding, huh? Weren't you going out with him? Wasn't he kind of like a boyfriend type guy, or was that just
Yes.
right? Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. But I call it rape because I was 15,
Right.
and that night I for sure did not want it. Like, I was telling him, I'm like, I was at home crying,
Right.
because I was already pregnant from, you know, so yeah, when a man is that age and he's saying, and he's it's like when I hear about these phone calls, like the phone calls, the decoy calls that you were doing and the chat logs.
Mhm.
It's like these men literally fall in love with these girls, these young girls,
Yeah.
these children. and I don't think it's in love, but it's such a sickness with them that they want to own you,
Right. Absolutely. It's disgusting.
and they want to spread their seed.
Yeah.
It's almost like they want to. They're always saying, don't be on birth control. Stop your birth control.
Right. Yeah.
It's sick. It's just sick. It's sick.
Absolutely. Let me just interject for 1 second. Michael
Mhm.
Franco, I'm sorry, but we don't do that kind of stuff on my channel. I am very protective over John Rambo, and you're out of here, bud. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, so um, I have here that the drugged guy that he drugged you.
I'm sorry. What, hon? I'm sorry.
The one that had drugged you. Do you remember that one?
Oh, there's that took video.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you not? We don't have to talk about it.
No, I mean, it's okay. You started out for me.
Um. Oh boy. We don't really have to talk about it, sweetie. We can go on.
Oh,
So I was going to see. You said that you have gone through therapy, correct?
yeah.
Right.
I I didn't realize that I had shut everything out so much
Hmm.
um that when I was like 33, um I was taking a bath and I kind of fell asleep, and my husband came in and he started doing the husbandly thing, and it triggered me.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, all of the memories started coming back.
Yeah.
So I did go to a therapist at that point, and it helped me to talk about it, but unfortunately, even my therapist kind of acted like it was a little too much.
Right. Right.
And so I clammed up again,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you know. And but I did get another therapist like about 10 years later, and I talked about it again with that therapist. Um yeah. Um it's hard to talk about. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
I,
I
I
mean,
still have like, yeah, some of the stuff like the I know that I'm sorry. I know I shared with you about that one story the other night, and I'm having like a hard, I just can't, I'm blocking it right
oh,
now. It's I
that's no. Say no more. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I was gonna see. You also said that because of the abortions, that you had to have a full hysterectomy at a young age, correct?
Yeah, I almost lost my daughter at 20. I got pregnant at 23. I gave birth to her when I was 24. Um and I almost lost her. I broke my water at 6 months,
Right.
and so they had to take her emergency C-section, and she was in neonatal, and they did a like they told me when they took her that the reason all that had happened was that during my abortion, one of them,
Mhm.
and I remember that one because they injured me. I was in so much pain with the vacuum that they used,
Right. Yeah.
and they left a scar on my cervix.
Yeah.
And so that scar broke on my second pregnancy.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that's why my water broke at 6 months.
Wow.
And so both of us like almost died. And but they did miracles, and this was in 1984. So I
Right.
mean, that was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but they told me that, you know, I could never get pregnant again at 24, and I had to have a full hysterectomy
Mhm. That's
because
horrible,
of it.
honey. I'm so sorry. But you do have children,
Yeah.
correct?
Oh, it was such a blessing. I mean, God really blessed us because we already had a son and she was a daughter, and that was what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we did have two beautiful children.
And so, do
And
they know
I
your
know
history as well?
my children, yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes. I mean, not all the details that I've shared with you guys tonight.
Right. And they don't need
Um,
to know that.
they don't need to know all
Mm-mm.
of that, but I was very honest with them about most of it,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it helped them to understand why I was so careful, you know, with them
Right. Absolutely.
as children. But yeah, it ruined me as far as, you know, being a woman. I mean, I was, as a young girl, I was constantly in getting abdominals and MRIs and stuff because I was in so much pain down there.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Absolutely.
never asked why. They never, you know, it was but no doctor ever said, "Oh, she has been, you know, victimized or whatever." I
Right.
don't know how else they would call it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was
Um,
never a question as to what was going on.
no,
Jeez Louise.
no.
Jeez Louise. So,
So,
have you found it hard in your life to be able to trust and be intimate?
um, I, luckily I was. I mean, I had my issues, but um, fortunately, I was married for 36 years to my best friend from like 13.
Oh,
Um, and we ended up, you know, we were friends from the time we were 13. And at 17, we kind of fell in love and got married right away.
oh, that's
And
great.
we were married for 36 years. And we shared everything. He knew my story, he knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew his story. And so with him, it was fine. But he he got PTSD. He was military. We did 21 years, and he retired with PTSD and disability. And he was never the same. And we stayed together for 15 years after retirement. But he eventually left me.
Wow.
Just up and left. I mean, I literally woke up to a Dear Jane note at the coffee pot,
Okay.
and so for 5 years I was devastated and alone, and I decided to get on to a dating site,
Mm-hmm.
and I was triggered. I was triggered immediately
Absolutely.
because every man from the age of 50 up looked like one of my abusers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jeez Louise. Oh,
So
honey.
I'll never be with another man.
Jeez.
That's how I feel right now.
And so, what do you feel like? Do you have triggers? PTSD type deal?
Yeah, I have triggers, and honestly, that's the worst part is I can literally be triggered by the looks of a man
Yeah.
next to me in public.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And
I mean, you can't really be upset with yourself. You went through a
Or a
lot.
smell.
A
A
smell. I've
smell
had
can really
smells,
get it. A smell.
songs,
Mhm.
certain
Yes.
looks of clothing,
Yes.
just all of a sudden with PTSD, it literally just hits you out of nowhere. I mean, you could be
Out of
walking down
nowhere.
the street and all of a sudden, boom, and you're right back there. It's horrible.
Yep.
And you've been
Yeah.
diagnosed as well with PTSD, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was diagnosed with it when that happened to me at 33, and I went to I mean, they put me on medications, they diagnosed me with stuff, and I'm not on any of those medications anymore. I didn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to just go to God about it
Mm-hmm.
at that point. But yeah, they said I had severe PTSD at that point, which I did, because when it first came all back to me, um, I had literally blocked it all out
Right.
until that point. So it came flooding back to me, and luckily now it's where I can compartmentalize it for the most part.
Right. Right. I have a really good friend that actually he was abused as well, and he can't remember it. Thankfully.
Yeah,
So I wish that
yeah,
we were all like, we couldn't remember those kind of things. I mean, it would be so
right.
much. It would be so much easier, even though the
Mm,
fact that he knows that that happened to him kind of eats him up inside. That he doesn't remember what happened. Um,
yeah,
but still, the fact that it's there, it kind of it hurts him a lot, and that's just
yeah,
it breaks my heart for him. Uh,
absolutely.
So did
To
you?
know something is there, causing you pain, but not be able to remember it, that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine? Yeah, and then one day possibly having that flood right back in and just throw you completely through a loop. That would be
Oh, it's like
terrifying.
Niagara Falls coming down on top of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. What do you remember every detail, or if you don't remember it, like could you possibly remember it?
Right,
So
right,
yeah.
right.
Goodness gracious. So
That's why I love this community, because even to this day, like, I don't have anybody to share this with. My my sister, who I talk to every day, I love her to death, but like, she's a victim too. She's a survivor. We're
mhm,
both survivors,
right,
but this kind of stuff, she can't. Like, she doesn't want any part of it.
right. It's just too triggering,
She,
and I get that.
yeah,
Yeah,
mhm,
and that's
yeah,
fine. That's perfectly fine.
yep,
Some people just haven't
absolutely,
been able to deal with it like others have. Everybody grieves
right,
differently. Everybody takes, they just take a different path, and that's perfectly fine. So I
right.
understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like men. She was married to four different men, and they weren't good to her. And but even if they were, really, it wouldn't matter.
Hmm.
She would find something wrong.
Right. And that's the
Um,
broken part
yeah,
in us.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
did you report any of these, or was it just
I
too much?
I never. It was too much. It
Yeah.
was just too much.
Yeah.
I never reported them. I never even told anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's really a
You know.
50-50 chance on if they believe you or if they even get charged or if they, for
Mhm.
some god awful reason, come back and try to hurt you again. I mean, there's just so many variables that are up in the air with that I don't blame you, not one bit.
Right.
It's scary. It's very scary. I mean, having to go through
And
something like that all over again in a courtroom too is
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It was, when it was so long ago, but as a little girl, um, from like 2 to 12, for those 10 years,
Hmm.
um, I think that what happened after a while was, it literally just desensitized me and normalized it so much that it was traumatic every time. I hated it, and I would get sick afterwards,
Mm,
and have stomach pains and be sick.
right.
um but I never thought that I should tell. Like, who was I going to tell? Who was going to do anything?
Right. And so in a perfect world, have you thought about it of as if you were to have told, like what would have happened? What would you have liked to
Oh,
seen happen in,
oh
you
God,
know?
I wish I'd have told. I wish I'd have told. I I really, like, I have thought about it, and I wish like hell that I would have told my oldest brother,
Mhm.
because he became a police officer, and I would have loved to seen them get
Mhm.
what they deserved here
Absolutely.
on earth
Yeah.
before going to hell.
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, what would you have loved to see happen to your attacker? Like life in prison,
In a
like being
perfect
raped
world,
themselves, or
how about they get everything that they did to me first while I watch,
yeah. Mhm.
and then I get to join in and stone them
Yeah, to death. Thank you. Yep.
to death. Yeah, how about that? In a
Absolutely.
perfect world,
Yeah,
that's what I would like.
absolutely.
Or a public hanging
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely
with
agree.
their penis cut off and stuffed in their mouth.
Oh, yes. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be
That's
great to
what
have to go to those golden
I
gates with your dick stuffed in your down your throat?
yes, yeah, I've actually dreamt about that.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
have thought about that.
Absolutely, right? That would just be perfect. Perfect.
Hands behind their back. Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. Feet
Hog
tied.
tied.
Everything. Mhm. Yep.
Yes. And
Yep.
so,
Every single one of them.
yeah, right? That's just how they're delivered to the gates. Hey, here you go.
Yes.
Here's another one
Yes.
for you. That would be perfect. Could you
Oh man, I'm
imagine
glad.
though? Seriously. God just goes, "Oh, I know what you've done.
Oh, I know what you did. Exactly.
I
Exactly.
don't even have to bother with you. Goodbye." That would be so
Off
great.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
we don't even have to talk to Peter at the gate. We
Right.
have to stop at the gate.
Yep.
Go. Yes, we know what you
You don't even pass go. You don't collect $500. Nope, nope.
did.
So, what would your advice be to give other survivors that haven't been able to confide in someone or talk about it? Do you think that it's a good thing? Do you think it's therapeutic? What would you say?
Oh, I say it is the best thing. Garbage in, garbage out.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing that you can do in the world is talk about it. Find somebody that's safe and tell your story and feel it. And just like you're throwing up.
Yeah, absolutely. Word vomit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because
Absolutely.
the more actually that I do talk about it, the better I feel. And this right here, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank this
Oh,
family enough, because this is like the best medicine in the world
yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
just I it's so important to tell. Like, don't ever hold this
Yeah.
shit in.
Don't
It's
ever feel
not
like
good.
there's not somebody that'll understand, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And so you feel the same way as a lot of people feel that CPP helps them, that it's therapeutic for them to watch these guys go down.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I get so excited I can't even stand. I lay down or sit in a recliner most of the time, but when Tommy's getting these guys, I get up.
Jumping around the house. Like, yeah.
Yes, I get up. I'm like, yes, get him, Tommy, get him. You know, it's therapy for me. I love it. I love it, and I literally watch it all the time. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, it's
and I
amazing.
come on every time you guys come on live. I come on live. It's
Yeah.
therapy for me.
Yep, I wake up and I sit there and wait for the chit chat. You know, every time there's a
Me
catch, I'm like,
too.
oh yeah, I'm there. I'm so there.
I get so mad when I miss it if I don't get a thing, but I go looking now, you know.
Yeah, me too. Me too. How did you come across CPP?
It was God, I think, because like I said, I wasn't even a YouTuber, and I was just, not feeling the greatest, emotionally, mentally, physically, and I got a computer. I got a laptop for Christmas, and I've been trying to learn how to use it. So I learned how to get onto YouTube, and
Oh,
I was
perfect.
just surfing. I was just surfing, and I saw this thing called CPP, and it looked pretty, the coloring and stuff. And
Gotta love the colors.
yep, and I clicked on it, and it was one of Tommy's catches. And actually, you guys, I think it was the first one. I think it was that old guy that it wasn't Roger, but it was that old guy uh with the beard, and well, I think he had a heart on the whole time.
Yeah, right on it.
Yeah, he was high. He was
Oh,
high, a tweaker, and he was going to take the kid to the motel.
yeah. Was it
And
like behind the store?
yeah, yes,
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
it was
And
behind that
Tommy
that
like
gas
zoomed in
station.
on it.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah,
I remember him. Yeah, he was sick, son of a bitch.
yes, he was, and he was gross and dirty, and he reminded me of my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
The drunk guy, the drunk guy
Mhm.
that spent the night and wanted to do the weirdest things.
Right.
That's yeah, and it did trigger me, but at the same time, I was like, oh, this guy's getting him,
Yeah.
and it was so good, I just couldn't stop.
Yep. Yep. I seriously, after I saw the first catch I ever saw was PP Southwest, and that was before Alex was a part of it. And so I watched him, and then Tommy showed up, and I binge watched every single catch the whole time, like for days and days. And
Yep,
it was back.
yep,
I mean, he didn't have that many catches because it was back. I started watching at about 3,000 subscribers. But
right,
back then I had my full name, my real full name, and instead of Smashley. But even Tommy didn't know that. He's like, really? I didn't really. So yeah, I've been here
yeah,
for quite a while, but yeah, I just binge watched, and I'm just like, babe, like I kept showing my husband, babe, look at this, watch this, making all my kids watch it. Watch this, this is
yes,
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I really love it. I seriously, and now being a part of it is just even more. It's very fulfilling.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
As sick as these guys are, as much as I don't want to hear what they have to say to me, just knowing that, ooh, I'm gonna get you.
yeah,
I am so gonna
exactly.
get you. Like, thank you for your penis. Thank you for your sickness. I am so gonna get you. I
Yep,
can't wait. Yeah, I have quite a few of them that I'm working on that is just juicy. It's juicy. So yeah, I love it. But there is times that I take time for me, and I put down the phones, and I just relax with my kids and stuff. I need to do that a little bit more, but
you do.
you
Yeah,
know,
you
I
need
just
to do
I'm
that.
addicted to it, just like me, Maddie. We're addicted to it. It's bad when we haven't had a catch for a couple days. We're just like, come on, Let's get it.
Yeah. Yep. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm like, I know you're working hard, Tommy, but I need it. I need a
Yep.
fix. I need you to get one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Does my heart good.
It certainly does. So I have one more question for
Okay.
you. um, what would you tell someone who has not been abused is the best way to help and support you? What would it? How would they bring that kind of issue up to be able to support you in that function or that in that area?
Someone who's not been abused, how could they best support me?
Right. Yes.
Or someone that has been.
Someone that has not been
I would,
abused.
right. I would just, for me, the biggest thing is, don't be afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't deny that it happened. Be open to it. Don't make the person feel like, oh, no way did that happen. Like, that's the worst thing that you can do. And the other thing would be, just take a deep breath and try to take it in, because it might be too much for you if you've never been abused. I've had people that have never been abused. I had a good friend, and when I told her about it, she was the first person that was just like, it was a lot for her to take in.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell she felt the surprise and shock of it, but she did not ever make me feel uncomfortable to share.
Right. Yeah. That's
Or
important.
make me feel like, yeah, like, she never gave me the impression that, oh, you need to stop.
Yeah.
I can't hear that. Like, I don't even want to hear that. Because I've had a lot of people do that to me.
Right. Oh yeah.
Including my family, be like, no, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. That's probably the worst thing that you can do to a survivor who does want to talk.
That, or tell them that they're lying.
Yeah,
They don't
exactly.
believe you. That is so heartbreaking. My mom told me that.
Yeah,
because
my
it was her
sister
brother.
told me that.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
And that's the worst. That is the worst. I'm so sorry, Ashley.
It's horrific, but
I
I
think
know
that
it's
my
true.
mother would have done that.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. I mean, there's very few things that can seriously break me down, but telling me that I'm a liar, that's one of them.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't lie.
Especially about something like this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I
kids
have
don't
nothing to
make
hide.
this stuff up.
No, never. And see, I didn't tell anybody until I was an adult. And so,
Yeah.
and it was a
Me
very
too.
trying time for me. I was in a very bad
Yeah.
situation, mentally, physically, all kind, all kinds
Yeah.
of ways. um,
Mm.
but so I think that might have had a reason as to why I was told that I wasn't believed. But regardless, I don't lie about who I am. I'm not afraid to tell people who I
Right.
am. I've never claimed to be perfect. Um, and I have nothing to hide. And so it just really
Right.
bothered me when it was and when that was what was said. You know? Ugh.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much to be told that you're not telling the truth, or to be told, oh, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Is yeah.
Ugh, good Lord. Yeah. I mean, there's
And
just
maybe
certain
some
things.
people can't handle it, I guess,
Yeah.
but there's a right way to tell that person that, maybe I can't hear all the details,
Right. And see, my
without
mom
without
she was abused. And so she's told me all her details, you know. And so it was, I
Right.
don't know. It was just, I think that it was partly because she felt like she had failed, kind of thing. Or I don't know what it
Yeah,
was.
they do.
Yeah.
I believe that because my mom would have felt that way. Like, oh, don't tell me that I screwed up, because that's the way they take it.
Right.
You know, that they did something wrong because they didn't protect you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's ridiculous because, I don't know. It's just ugh.
I know.
It's just a lot. So, yeah, I
It is.
thank
It
you
is.
so very, very much for coming on and talking
Thank you.
and sharing. That really means a lot to me. Oh, thank you so very
Thank
much. I am
you.
so sorry for the things that you have gone through, and the fact that you are such a caring, loving, sweet, supportive person now. I've just like I am shocked, like a lot of people will braid it into their who they are as a person instead of learning
Yeah.
from it and letting it be a part of
Yeah.
their journey. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just oh my gosh.
And that is so true, because my sister is that person. Like, she's not, she's loving and stuff, but she has such a hard side to her.
Right.
And I know where it comes from, so I love her. And I get it, and I know how to get around it, but it does break you, and you will either come out of it one way or another. And I can see the two ways that her and I came out of it.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the two of us, but um I just have so much compassion for anybody and everybody, because I think of all the pain I had.
Yes, absolutely. And so are you an empath, like you take on other people's emotions as your own?
Oh God, I'm so terrible about doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Do you think that that has something to do with being abused? Like your
I think
empathy
so.
control trigger is broken?
Yep. Yes, I do. I think so. I That's a perfect way to put it too. It's like you have no boundaries there. It's
Uh-uh.
like you care too much. You care too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's to the point where I will take somebody's all of their issues, everything
Yes.
as my own,
Yep.
and I will try so hard to fix them that it breaks me.
I'm physically sick and disabled because of it. I have
Absolutely.
everything wrong with me: an ulcer, spastic colon,
Yeah.
anxiety. I'm sick because of it. Fibromyalgia. I've had doctors tell me your physical health is because of all of the emotional trauma
Hmm.
and physical trauma that you went through, and you care too much about everybody else, and you take everybody's problems on,
Yes.
and
Stress will
and
kill
I
you.
do. It will.
Yeah.
It
And
will.
that's the thing about being abused is that you're always hyper aware of your surroundings. Your body
Yes.
is always in fight or flight mode. And so it's always
Yep.
spewing that chemical in your brain. And that chemical affects your body to the point that you get autoimmune diseases left, right, and center. And that's what I
Yeah.
have. I have crazy autoimmune diseases. I mean, I have Chiro's disease, which I think that there's only like 5 cases of.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And
it,
fibromyalgia
it
is a
comes
killer.
from that.
Yeah.
It is. It is. And I've had several doctors tell me that all the fibromyalgia, the myofascial pain syndrome, all of the things that I have and have had since I was in my 20s,
Right.
um, have stemmed from the trauma.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the
Absolutely.
studies they've done on fibromyalgia are that mostly women are the larger percentage of people who get it. Very few men get it, but some do.
Right.
and like 93% have been molested and abused.
Yes, absolutely. Y'all. Yeah,
So,
it's a lot.
when this happens to you and as a little child and people say it's a soul stealer, it's a heart stealer, it's a mind, it kills you. It kills you. It's true because it really does affect you in every way, including physical health, the rest of your life. You
Absolutely.
know, having a hysterectomy at 24 was a result of it,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely. Oh my
and everything
goodness.
since then.
And so
So
you are like a very church going kind of person, right?
I am,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you feel like that has been a
yeah.
big part of it?
It was my saving grace, yeah,
Hmm.
because I didn't become that person until I was in my 30s. I just found Jesus, and my husband did, and my kids did, and we started going to church. And I was an entertainer and a singer, as what I did for my as a worker.
Uh-huh.
I was an actress and a singer,
Wow.
and I gave up my career. I was working at Universal Studios and doing dinner theater and doing very well, but I gave it up to sing worship for a church
Oh,
at
okay.
that point. And
That's awesome.
I just yeah, I just like I went to therapy, a Christian therapist, and um we did some deep stuff, and it was like I just realized that when all of that was happening to me, Jesus was with me. He was sitting there, and he couldn't stop what that human being was doing to me because he gave us all free will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he could be there with me to make sure that I got through it and that I survived.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
the way that I put it to myself so that I could heal.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, I mean, honestly, I'm not, I'm not, I don't go to church per se. I'm
Mhm.
not baptized or in organized religion, as they would call it, I guess.
Mhm.
I am just a very
Right.
spiritual person.
Right.
And so that's
And
where I
I am
kind of
not
go.
in organized I'm not in an organized religion, and I don't even call myself religious.
Hmm.
I'm just a believer in the Almighty God.
Hmm. Absolutely.
But yeah. But after that Episcopalian thing, it was like I don't want anything to do with that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Oh, I
know.
can see where that would definitely turn you off.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you so very much
So
for coming on. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you being so courageous, so open, and real and raw with it. I really appreciate that.
well, thank you. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, and I did tell you that. I love you, and I appreciate what you do, and you have the perfect soul for this,
Oh,
and the perfect heart for this, and you made that possible for me to even be this open and tell my story tonight,
thank you.
and
You're
I
gonna make me
appreciate
cry.
you for that.
Oh
I
gosh.
do. I do. I feel that way, and I love you, and I love this whole family, and I say thank you to everybody, those who listened, and I just love everybody, and I appreciate this opportunity, Smashley.
I love you
Thank
too,
you.
Sarah, so very much, Janie. It feels weird calling you Janie, but you know what I mean. I love
I
you.
know. I know. That was
Oh,
my name when I was little, so it's okay.
yeah. Oh gosh, I love you to death. Thank you so very much. So very much.
I
Um,
love you too. You're welcome, and thank you.
Absolutely. I'm so honored that I could do this for you, and I'm so very humbled that you trust me enough to do this with you.
Absolutely. And I will be here to listen to the other stories you do
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because it's all therapy for me.
Yes, I 1000% believe that it is for a lot
Yeah.
of people. Thank you so very much. I will call you a little bit later. Yeah?
Okay. All right.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
I love you, sweetie.
Love you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye bye. Good night.
Oh, oh, you guys, please throw some hearts up in the chat. Wasn't she amazing? I mean, literally, she is truly an amazing, amazing woman. Um, and she's been a very good friend for a very long time. But being able to actually hear her and everything, and everything she's done and gone through in her life is just so very, it's inspirational to see that she's still such a generous, amazing person. Yes, Eminem Davidson, I will absolutely be calling you. I have two other calls, but I'll call you tomorrow, and we can finish our conversation and see how you do. And I just want to check up on you too. Okay. Oh, I love you guys so much. You have no idea. I gotta throw my hearts in there too because, hey, you know, I gotta be there for everybody else too. The music? What music? What music? Music, Smashley. It's too loud. Is there music? Seriously, Matt, is there music? Like at the beginning, you mean? Like at the very beginning? I'm so confused. Because I didn't put an audio track on this one, did I? What music did you hear? Was it like my intro? At like the very beginning? What music plays every 5 minutes? Are you serious, you guys? What music? Oh my gosh. It played every time that image you made came up. Oh my god, you're kidding me. No! Shoot! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. So, did you miss anything? Like, did you miss any of her stories? Oh my heck. I feel so bad. Generic intro music. Dang it. I wonder how I can get that to stop. Maybe because it says Media Source 7, but when I go to my intro, stop it, stop it. Okay, when I go to my intro, it just says intro. Oh gosh, dang it. Dang it, no way. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. That is so stupid, though. No, it wasn't supposed to be ambient background music. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so stupid. I need to figure out what I need to do to fix that. Like, is it just this one? Hold on, I'll play it. Oh, wait. You know what? There it is. Is it that one? It's this music It's softer? What? I'm so confused. Is that it? Is there music on that? Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm really confused. I'm so confused, you guys. There's no music on that one. Oh my gosh, I've got to figure this out. Yeah, because I didn't put like, so this pink screen that comes up, like there's music. Oh my gosh. That is what happens when I try to get fancy. What the fuck? I don't know what I did though. Like I didn't put any audio behind it. At least I didn't think so. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry and I'm so embarrassed right now. No, I had no idea. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I'm such a dummy. I swear you guys, I have the biggest blonde moments I think I've ever known. Ever. So it's not like, okay, let me undo this. Is it when I push this button? Is it when I push that? Wow. What a weirdo. Uh, yeah, is that? Oh shit. What the heck? Because when I made that, like there was no music behind it. So every time I clicked the button to start it again, it just went off and off and off. Even like the little speaker thing at the bottom didn't show like it was making any noise. Oh my gosh. Wow. I need some sleep, y'all. It was soothing. Oh my god. Sorry guys. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks so very much. You guys are just wow. I don't know what I would do without you. I just can't believe I did that. Cause like I started it with a template, so everything like only the clouds and like pretty much the clouds and a couple little things here and there were on like the background already, but I wiped everything else off, and so I didn't know that there was like an audio track behind it at all, like at all. So I'm very confused. Yeah, I need to stop pushing the damn buttons. Oh shit! The ambient music was cutting out. Oh god. God. Could I be any stupider? Yeah, my own creation troll me. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck it. Maybe next time I won't use templates, yeah? Probably not a good idea. Oh god. Oh, yeah. That was good. That was good. Okay, so y'all, I think I figured out how to like fill everything out before I start my stream. I'm learning on the go. Like seriously. Tonight was like the second or third night I actually set it up on my own. And last time Sid had to help me like figure it out because like there was an API issue. I don't even know what the hell an API is. So I had to have like a whole bunch of people help me out just to figure it out. Oh Lord. I'm getting it though. Like I have to save up to get my own computer because my son is just like no more because he's like a gaming kid and so he has like this really expensive setup, and every time I come on here, I kind of screw things up one way or another. It doesn't matter if I don't touch any buttons, like something's always messed up every time he comes back. I'm like, seriously? Like, I didn't even touch that. So I'm trying to save up to get my own streaming computer. Nothing fancy or whatever. So obviously I can't afford fancy. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to get that, you know, in a couple months or whatever. So I'll figure it out though. I'm really sorry, guys. I actually have a friend of mine that's actually mailed me some stuff, so hopefully it gets here soon and I can use those too. So I don't know. It was good. I am so very, very, very proud of Janie. I am so very, very happy and honored for all of you guys to be here and hanging out and telling me that I'm an idiot sometimes. It was great. I love it. But it is getting late and I've got to go put my little one down. Actually, I'm going to run a grabber for you so you guys can say hi to Baby Smash. Un momento. Oh, man. Baby Smash is asleep. That's really weird because she never waits, or she never goes to sleep before me. She always usually waits for me. Um, and even until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like she will not go to sleep without me. So that's really odd. But I'm going to let you all go. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you would like to submit your story or you would like to be a guest, please email me. Um, Let me throw that up. It should have my email in the description, but if not, I did do a whole round of new Nightbot commands. I think that you can do the uh, the exclamation point and then commands, and you can actually go and see all the new commands. So I do have to update that though. If any of my mods could go ahead and tell me if I'm an idiot or not, or if I need to let some go or put some in, please do that because I am all ears. I'm completely open for suggestions. Um, yeah, if you guys need to talk, if you want to come on and tell your story, if you want to just chat, or if you need to, tell me that I need to do something different or a way to improve, I would appreciate it. Please email me, or if not, I will see you guys all tomorrow. I love you so very. Why don't you have your mod, Matthew? That's a good dang question. There you go, bud. That is so stupid. Now you are modded. I didn't realize that you didn't have your mod. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Now you are modded, though. So hopefully you won't have to worry about it next time. Commands for this. Oh, yeah. So there's the commands for the channel if you need to look it up or anything. Um, yeah, let me know if you have any suggestions. Okay, I love you guys all so very, very much. I will see you tomorrow. And say hi when you see me. Don't be a stranger. Okay? All right. Okay, I love you guys. Good night.